Gary the Goose lived on a farm. It was a nice farm. Green grass grew in the fields, a pond shimmered in the sun. Gary had many friends on the farm. He played with the chicks, he chatted with the cows, he even raced the playful puppies. Every day was the same. Gary ate his breakfast, he swam in the pond, he napped under the apple tree. Life was good, but Gary wanted more. One night, Gary had a dream. He dreamed of a land beyond the farm. The dream was full of exciting things. He saw tall mountains and sparkling rivers. When Gary woke up, he felt different. He couldn't just stay on the farm. He wanted to have adventures. That very morning, Gary decided to leave the farm. He said goodbye to his friends and promised to return. Gary waddled down the road, his wings flapping excitedly. He had never been off the farm before. Everything was new. He saw a busy bee buzzing around a flower. He heard a frog croaking by the side of the road. Soon, Gary met a grumpy-looking badger named Bertie. "Where are you going?" grumbled Bertie. Gary told Bertie about his dream and his wish for adventure. Bertie chuckled. "Adventure can be dangerous." Just then, a wise old owl hooted from a nearby tree. "The world is full of wonders, but also dangers," the owl warned. Gary listened to their advice, but he was still determined to explore. He walked for a long time, his legs growing tired. He came to a rushing river. The water flowed fast and strong. How could he cross it? A family of ducks swam by. "Excuse me," called Gary. "Can you tell me how to cross this river?" The ducks quacked with laughter. "You can't cross, you need to fly," they said. Gary realized they were right. Section 5. Lost in the woods. Taking a deep breath, Gary flapped his wings with all his might. He soared into the air. The world looked different from above. He flew for a long time, enjoying the view, but soon he became tired and landed in a dark forest. The trees were tall and thick, casting long shadows. Gary wandered through the woods, feeling lost and alone. The sounds of the forest frightened him. He wished he was back on the safety of the farm. Section 6. The kindness of strangers. Just when Gary felt like giving up, he saw a light ahead. He followed the light and came to a clearing. In the middle of the clearing was a campfire, and around it sat a group of rabbits. They looked up in surprise as Gary approached. "Hello," said Gary timidly. "I'm lost." The rabbits were kind. They shared their food and offered him a place by the fire. Gary felt safe and welcome for the first time since he left the farm. Section 7. Finding his way back. The rabbits listened patiently as Gary told them about his adventure. When he was finished, one of the rabbits, a brave one named Hazel, offered to help him find his way back to the farm. "Follow me," she said. "I know these woods like the back of my paw." Hazel led Gary through the tangled undergrowth. She knew all the safest paths. As they walked, Gary realized how much he had learned on his journey. He had faced his fears, made new friends, and discovered that kindness could be found in the most unexpected places. Section 8. Home Sweet Home. Finally, they reached the edge of the woods. Gary recognized the familiar fields and the sparkling pond. He was home. He thanked Hazel and promised to visit her soon. Then he spread his wings and flew towards the farm, his heart filled with joy. The other animals were overjoyed to see him. They cheered as he landed softly on the grass. They had missed their adventurous friend. Section 9. A True Hero. Gary the Goose was home, but he was no longer the same goose who had left. He had faced his fears and learned valuable lessons. He had made new friends and discovered the true meaning of courage and kindness. He gathered all the animals around him. Gary the Goose, now a true hero, told them all about his adventures. He wanted to share what he had learned with everyone. And so, Gary the Goose continued to live on the farm, but he always remembered the day he was brave enough to follow his dreams.